Hey everyone, Daniel here with Storage Boom, and in today's video, I'm going to walk you through how easy it is to create an invoice to charge a transportation fee in this case for portable storage, as well as to set up a recurring invoice for the monthly rent and insurance. So with that in mind, here we go. Within Storage Boom, on the left-hand side, we're on the payments link, and it drops us straight into the invoice section. What's nice here is we've got an overview of all of our current invoices, outstanding invoices, anything that's overdue, as you can see here. And it's possible to filter by status, as you can see here, and as well as by payment mode in terms of live or test, but we won't be using those today. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and jump into creating a new invoice. I'm going to go ahead and use a one-time invoice. This is going to be for a transportation fee. So I always start by retitling the invoice as such. And then we need to assign this to a user in our account. I'm going to go ahead and use my own contact info here. If I had actual city, address information here, it would show up. If I had a business name, it would have automatically brought that in because we're already working with the core. The foundation of Storage Boom is it's an awesome CRM tool, a contact database. So it pulls in all of that info for you. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and select the product. Now you can have as many products in here as you'd like. These can include late fees. These can include, rental items, for sale items, as well as in the case of the actual storage rental fees. All of that stuff is in here as well. So I'm going to go, oops, let's see here, messing up my screen. I'm going to go down here and choose initial delivery. And then in this case, I'm going to go through here and add final pickup. And then we've got a fixed price on that. Maybe I've got a discount for this person. Maybe they found us through an advertisement or what have you. And so we'll add that in there. And then this is ready to go. So we'd hit save and then we would hit send. When we hit send, it's going to automatically save it actually. And then if we have an email and phone number on file, then this is an option. It's going to send the invoice via email and text, as well as you can opt to just send it via email or just via text. So that's how that would work. And at this point, I'm going to back out because I don't need to create that invoice. So next up, I'm going to create a recurring invoice. And here's what's nice. You would choose how often. Oh, actually, don't forget the first step. This is going to be portable storage. I'm going to do 20 foot plus insurance. There we go. And so here's what's nice. If you can run this, you can run your billing cycle on any cycle that you want. In fact, you could do it different for each customer, but your agreement probably has one thing specified. So if you're on a 28-day billing cycle, you would just enter that in right now. But I just go with 30 days, and then start date is going to be whenever that is that they're moving in. So in this case, I'll just go ahead and choose, in the future, about 9 days from now. Again, we need to choose a contact in the system. So we'll go ahead and get that selected. Then we're going to choose the items. And of course here, now I've got a rental unit. So I'm going to go with this 20-foot portable storage rental. There's our fee. Maybe we have a discount for this customer. We'll throw that on. And then I'll also go in and add some insurance. So we've got a container damage waiver. We'll add that. And then we've got our contents insurance, and we'll add that. Now, if they have opted for an increase in that coverage, then we can just modify this here. If they are using multiple units, containers, then obviously we just change the quantity and everything will add up at the bottom. And then here we can write anything we want. I usually just do this. And then we're off to the races. We could hit save. Or we could hit schedule. I'm going to go ahead and let's see, recurring setting input is invalid. Oh, we needed to choose end never, pretty important. We'd hit schedule. And again, we can choose both of these. Now in this case, I don't have a phone number attached, so it knows that I can only send via email. Additional options are just if you're doing this in test mode or not. And then if the customer already has a saved card on file, or maybe they have multiple saved cards on file, you could select here and choose the one that you want to use or they want you to use. If you have them on the phone right now, then you would just do new card and enter in their info over the phone. However, we do recommend always just sending them the invoice via the email or text or both. And that way they're clicking a secure payment link, they're entering in the information themselves, and it generally is considered safer than doing it through a phone system. So that would be best practice, but you can do it over the phone. And this option is great, particularly if you know they're if you've already sent them an invoice. So this is what happens for us for portable storage. We will send out an initial invoice for transportation, and they will add their info. And eventually they're going to add their info and pay that. But on this one, we're scheduling this out a week. By the time this week comes around, they should have a card on file. And so we just go with customer card and hit schedule. And then when they pay their transportation fee, like today, to book this booking, then when they turn around well, actually, they won't even have to click anything or do anything on this one. When the delivery day comes around, it's automatically going to pull their info. So that's what that looks like to, excuse me, send invoices. And now, because I was working on a recurring monthly invoice, I'm now on the recurring templates section. And so over here under invoice is where we have multiple sections. So if we just go back to the main one, then we can see this. Now, of course, we can filter by date as well, which is great. While we're in this section, I might as well just show you a couple other areas. And so transactions over here, this is where you're going to see all of your transactions for people who are have paid every invoice or anything that's just not working. And so we've got this one here. This is from a test customer. And so it's got a lot of failed payments, obviously, but let's see, we've got products. So this product section, this is where you can set up all of your products. And I probably should have shown you that when you're creating an invoice, if you need to create a product that's not in your system already, you can do that. And you can add in your product. You can select what type of product it is. So we'll say maybe it's a physical good. Do your price, and then you can tick this box for save for later use, which is great, adds it to your system on the fly. I really have found that to be valuable, especially as you're building out your product catalog. You don't necessarily have to come over here and do it one at a time, you know, the full length, but that's also a great way to do it during setup. We looked at payments, transactions and products. You can set up coupons for your customers, as well as you can do payment links. This is great if you just want to basically send a link to say, hey, please fill this out to get your card on file with us. And that way you're not actually sending them invoices, you're just sending them a one-time payment link. They update that, and then you go in here and create invoices and charge their card on file right away. This is also a great tool if their payment card expires and they need to update their card on file. Bam, we can send them a new payment link like so. On the orders tab, this is different. This is going to be if you're using the front end website system here within Storage Boom and you are using the e-commerce items from your products over here, and then your customers, if they're doing a self-serve checkout where they go on your website and they order all of the things that they want on your, you know, to rent from you or to purchase outright, locks, boxes, you name it, packing supplies, that's going to show up here as orders. And then we also have abandoned checkouts, which is cool. And so if they are obviously adding things to cart on your e-commerce store, then they don't check out, but they already have their contact info saved because they rented a unit from you, or because you sent them the email that led them to your e-commerce store. Then it's all going to get tracked here, and we can send out abandoned cart follow-up emails to try to remind them that we still have their saved cart and they can jump back into the ordering process. Now you might be wondering what sort of payment options integrate with StorageBoom, and currently this is what we have on offer. And so of course, one of the most popular secure checkout systems for the internet is Stripe. This is so easy to get set up and started, and very standard fees in the industry. So Stripe is an obvious one to go with. If you have maybe an older merchant account, a third-party merchant account, you might have been set up with authorize.net. And if so, then this is what you'd set up. You can also set up with NMI, which is a newer system, as well as PayPal. Now, what's really cool is you can have multiple on file, and you can switch between the two, but mainly you're going to have just one that you work with, and you're going to keep that as your default gateway so that all new invoices will be using that payment gateway. But what is nice is if you do change at some point in the future, all of your old recurring monthly rent that's happening through the old gateway is going to keep on going even if you change to a new default gateway. And so we can have multiple gateways in that sense, and everything just continues to go off without a hitch. So that's it for today, looking at the invoices and payments section of StorageBoom. If you have any questions, again, my name is Daniel, and I would love to help you on your path to having a much more streamlined, efficient system for your team managing your storage business. Have a great day.